Pray before I even got on this on camera, because I need to be careful what I say and how I say it. But here I go. And this is stuff that these are patterns that I've noticed in multiple churches. Okay, these are some of the patterns that I noticed. For example, a lot of it is about performance. A lot of it is like just performance, like, hey, look at me type thing. And I'll tell you why I think that, or I'll tell you, my perspective. So a lot of them put on a face when they go to church. A lot of them, they're like, oh, they're different, like in person, but and then they post stuff on Facebook. I call it fake book. They post stuff on Facebook, and they, like little quotes. They post like little sayings. They post like Bible verses and everything. But in person, like when you truly get to like interact with that person, like the way that they talk, just the I don't know, the demeanor, it's completely different from what they portray in one place versus what they portray in another place. If you are watching my video and you get offended, then you need to check your heart. You need to go to the Lord and say, God, I'm angry. I'm angry at what she's saying. But you need to ask yourself why you are angry, because there's a reason why it offends you. Like my mom said, la verdad incomoda, pero no mata, or something like that, which means that truth hurts, but it doesn't kill. Anyways, let's continue. There are a lot of politics involved in churches. Like for example, how can I explain that? Like there's a lot of politics involved in churches because a lot of it is like, how can I explain this one? Okay, I had to think about it. I had to pray about it. They favor people who like have that whole life together, like husband, wife, children, and then they have that image of having it all together. They favor those people. They favor I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. They favor who has more money. Sorry to say it, but that's the truth. It is also very cliquey. Like the church is very, very cliquey. Like I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm in high school. Sometimes I feel like I'm going back to high school. Yeah, it's very cliquey. Like each group has their own little groups. Like they plan things, and then they don't invite you or XYZ, or they only invite you if it's certain events or anything. But I have yet to have anybody say to me, hey, I made dinner, come over, or hey, come over, let's have a cup of coffee, or whatever. Like the invitations are only for like their kids' birthday parties, and you know what I mean. And I mean, I never really like understood that part, but again, I could be wrong. Maybe, I don't know. Very cliquey. It's very like popular contest. Like it's just very like it's literally like a popularity contest. And I want to be clear. Not everybody in church is bad, but there are those that, like, I've noticed that they show one person in the pulpit, but they're completely different in person. You could tell just by the way they talk, and you could tell just by the way they carry themselves, just the energy. I'm an empath, okay, so I've always picked up on energies very easily. Like and I hate that I'm like this sometimes, because like I wish I was in my own ignorance, and I wish I was in my own ignorance and stuff, but I could pick up on energies. Now, did I ignore that energy? Like when I would meet somebody and I would get that, like, that vibe, and I'm like, there's just something off about this person. Would I ignore that? Yes, I would. And I'll tell you why I would. Because I believe the best in people. I believe, and I would give people the benefit of the doubt, and I would question myself. I would be like, you know what? Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it's just me being offended or whatever. Like, no. But now looking back, I realized that those emotions were right. That there was a reason why I felt that vibe during those times. And not everybody is like that. There were some really, really good people in church. And you know what I noticed? That the people that I knew were good, and that they were not just there just to put on a face. They were not just there to perform. They were just not there to, like, say, look at me, I'm going to church. I noticed that the people that were good were the ones that were in the sidelines, the ones that were not in the stage, they were hidden. They were you know what I mean? They were hidden. They were not like, hey, look at me. They're very, very humble people. They don't want to be seen. They're very quiet, very to themselves. Those are the people that I noticed had a good heart, had a good, you know, that they were in it for the love of people, that they were in it for the love of God, that they were in it because they genuinely were, you know, I guess because they were in it for God, you know. And I'll tell you another thing. The reason too why I pick up on things is because I used to be like that. I used to be a fake Christian. And I'll tell you straight out right here. I used to be that person that was like, oh, you know, just in it for the performance or whatever, or just, you know what I mean? It just felt good to say that I was Christian. I don't know why, but that's why I noticed a lot of the patterns. That's why I noticed a lot of I was like, okay, this person is just saying that they are, but they're not, you know, because I used to be that person. I used to be two-faced. I used to be fake, you know. But, you know, I have gone closer to the Lord. God is working in my heart. God is working in my, you know, in showing me what I need to work on and stuff like that. Am I perfect? No, I am not. But I will say that I am trying to become a better person. I'm trying to become a person. And I can sit here and tell you, yeah, I was that person. I messed up. I recognize it. I own it. I own it. But do they? Will they see it? Will they ever, do they take the time to examine their hearts? Do they take the time to ask God for wisdom? Do they? I don't know. I can't say. I can't speak for anybody but myself. That's the question. The question is, will they see it? Will their hearts be humble enough to maybe look at my video and say, you know what, she's right, you know what, that's me, you know what, maybe I need to go to God? Or will they get offended and be like, who is this girl? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's all, everyone's heart's different. So if you came across my video, I suggest that you pray and that you ask God for discernment and direction. And if I offended you, I'm sorry. My goal is not to offend nobody, hurt nobody's feelings. It really isn't. My goal is to just bring light, and there's more, actually.